do it my own way. Got 30 minutes now. Started a little late, but it's okay. We gonna cover all the hoops right now. We had some good college hoops over the past couple of days. Had UK and Duke. They played each other. We got ODU hoops. They're doing all right. And then we got a lot of NBA, a lot of NBA news over the past couple of days. Had a really well coaching coach. I'm sorry, a really good coach get fired. Um, some rookies are starting. We got a good matchup tonight as well with the Warriors and Clippers. So we're gonna cover all that. You don't get all that. You don't get all that. Ready for the weekend. So starting off, we got UK versus Duke. That was actually a pretty good game. Yeah, Kentucky they won, but you could really tell that Duke wasn't there. Their leading scorer going into the game, Grayson Allen, he was averaging like 20, 27. So it was just kind of weird, seeing him not produce. But then again, when you watch him play, it's like he goes to the rack all the time. He doesn't really do much. But that's the reason why he was honestly held 6 points. The leading scorer, yeah, that was basically the leading scorer. So yeah, it's only right when your leading scorer is not producing that everything else is just gonna fall into place as far as that goes. Um, like Kentucky, they always got the best rookie class. Or one of the best rookie class. Going into the season, North Carolina is actually number 1, but still Kentucky's number 2, right in the mix. You look at players like Isaiah Briscoe, Tyler Ulis, like you got an Alex Butcher coming off the bench. It's really hard to have a new flock like Duke has now and still be able to win effectively against teams like that, where Kentucky got they got a veteran player in Butcher and Ulis and Marcus Lee. Like they have a lot of veterans now. They have veterans. This is really new to college basketball when you're talking about Kentucky. And I feel like that's the reason why they won. Duke showed a lot of amateur. It seemed as though like they weren't. It seemed like a new squad, honestly, like a brand new squad, which they are a new squad. I mean, Marshall Plumlee, you see him playing all the time. Where as a couple of years ago, you weren't seeing him play at all. He was a fifth-year senior. Um, yeah, Grayson Allen, he has to produce, man. Like the next game is against VCU, which they should win. Hopefully Grayson Allen will get back on track because I know Grayson Allen is a very good player. I've seen the man play. He was phenomenal in high school. He's a very well rounded offensive player. He can score. He can shoot three. He has amazing athleticism. That man can jump out the building. It's a matter of him, just learning new things and just taking an approach to scoring the basketball different way. Because it seemed like he went 2 for 11 in the game against Kentucky, and you can honestly tell why if you watch the game. Moving on though, the game after that, the Michigan versus Kansas game, which was actually amazing if you watched it. I don't know if any of y'all that did or not, but yeah, Denzel Valentine made a name for himself Tuesday night. That man, he had a triple double against a really well coached Bill Self squad in Kansas. He's 6'5", again triple double. This is his last game. He actually flirted with triple double. I believe he had like 8 rebounds, 9 assists, something like that, somewhere around there. But don't take my word on it. But it was really close to triple double. I remember. And I don't know. I really think. I mean, Alex. He said that Alex himself said that they're gonna win the whole thing. But when you got a player like Denzel Valentine playing the way he has been playing, it's almost like why not? I mean, he almost get a triple double. That's like player of the year things that he's doing at every game, almost every game. That's player of the year type of numbers, to be honest. So yeah, Michigan State is definitely something to look out for. You know. But moving on with that, we got to come back home to ODU. ODU definitely, we on the roll right now. 3-0. Had a really good game against Morgan State. a game they should have won, true to form, stuff like that. But now the game on Saturday against Purdue is actually against our worst opponent. Purdue is ranked 21st. This would be an excellent win if ODU could squeeze this out. ODU, Purdue, I'm sorry, as well as ODU is 3-0. Cycle. We just got a little bit more size for the league. ODU, I believe that they should be able to, upset. And with the help of Trey Freeman, and I see, Trey Freeman, he kind of got a game off last game against Florida State, which, it should be because ODU seems like a superior squad to Florida State. But with that, I just feel like Trey Freeman's definitely going to have a time to go off. This is the time. And against a ranked opponent, you need your top player to perform. So definitely be on the lookout for Trey Freeman this Saturday against Purdue. Now, to the NBA. Kevin McHale. They fired him. Oh my goodness. They fired my
Boy Kevin. They fired my boy Kevin. Kevin McHale got fired from the Houston Rockets after only 11 games. Only 11 games. What a shame. I mean, you talking about the coach that brought the Rockets to the Western Conference Finals last year against the Warriors, and only 11 games when he goes 4-7, you fire him? Nah, that's not right. That's not right at all. And because of that, the Rockets, you're gonna see the Rockets. They're not gonna be that good. They're not. You couldn't even tell last night they won against the Trailblazers, but it was a nail biter, to be honest. It was a real nail biter. They went to overtime. The way they went to overtime was a buzzer beater by Corey Brewer, I believe. Yeah. And it was just like, yeah, the Rockets are still good. James Harden is still the man. 45. He had a really good game, What he had mm, like 45. He almost had a triple double. I remember. I'm sorry. Yeah, 45, 8 rebounds, 11 assists. That's amazing. And obviously he was shooting a lot better as well. But they're still struggling against a 4 and 8 at the time, Trailblazers. They were struggling, about to go to overtime. Well, they went to overtime with them. Um, you know, it's just like Dwight Howard's not producing. He's playing 40 minutes. Yes, he's getting the rebounds. He had 19 rebounds, but he only had 7 points. This is not the Dwight Howard that we know. This is not the Dwight Howard that we know. And they need Dwight Howard to step up. They need James Harden to step up, actually, as well. Yes, this game, James Harden had a good game, but at the end of the day, the man still shot 15 3-pointers and only made 4 last night. That's not acceptable. Not acceptable at all. James Harden needs to step up the game. I mean, this whole season so far, he has been underperforming, to say the least. And I feel like a lot of times coaches, they get the blame for stuff that is out of their control. And then definitely, you see, there was actually a report that said Celtics Danny Ainge, the GM, said that they have a spot for him, just because he got fired and they feel bad. Everybody feels bad, as they should. Kevin McHale brought them to a Western Conference Finals, and just to let him go like that is just, it's unbelievable, to be honest. It's very unbelievable, and it's gonna be interesting to see where the Rockets go forward from here. Right now they have Bickerstaff, as he was assistant coach, but now he's taking over as head coach, interim head coach. We're gonna see how far that goes. There's other coaches on the market as well. Tom Thibodeau. You see what Luke Walton has been doing over in Golden State. There's a lot of solid coaches out there. It's just it's just really really strange move to just happen so fast. I feel like it was a panic move. Um, and because of that, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like the Rockets are gonna suffer because of that, unless they can just find a solid. Because, like I said, we're gonna have to see what they do next. To be honest, but it doesn't seem like a smart move at all. Especially when you're talking about a coach that brought you to the Western Conference Finals in the year before. It just doesn't seem smart at all. But moving forward, another Western Conference battle is tonight. The Warriors 12-0 going up against the Clippers. And we all know this rivalry. The Warriors and the Clippers, it's always something drama, whether they're fighting or just going down to the wire type of stuff. It's always a good game. Must see TV when they're both playing. What do I see happening? Well, I see the Warriors going 13-0. Steph Curry has just been playing phenomenal. It's really hard to bet against the dude. It really is. I mean, yes, his shot selection is kind of poor, but the man makes every shot. So, is there really a poor shot selection for a guy like Steph Curry? I don't know. Probably not. We'll just have to see. If there was a team to take out the Warriors, it would definitely be the Clippers. Though I can definitely see that because it's just the whole rivalry thing that they have. You can see why someone would take the Clippers being the ones to give them their first loss of the season. And it's definitely possible. I mean, they're going to lose eventually. They're not going to go 18-0. I mean, 82-0. They're not going 82-0. So it's definitely going to happen. It's just a matter of when. And 12-0 is pretty good. I have to give it to them. 12-0 is pretty good. It's a lot better than what I predicted in the beginning of the season, and a lot of other people too. Now, another shock to the season is Knicks power forward Porzingis. I'm sorry, my pronunciation is probably off, but we know who this guy is. Power forward, drafted from the Knicks. Um, Knicks fans were booing. I honestly, myself, I didn't know what in the world they were doing as far as choosing him. I don't know why they chose him at the time. I mean, it just seemed like there were so many better prospects out there. Um, there's just so many better prospects out there, and he's showing out. He's really taking the league by storm. The dude's only 20 years old, and you see now, like he just had a 20. He's had a 29 and like 29-11 game. Like he had a really good game at 7-3. 7-3, 20 years old, coming overseas, first round pick, fourth pick to the New York Knicks. Nobody's heard of this guy. And he's coming over here. And last night he's had 29-11. That's amazing. That is really amazing. You know, making all your free throws, like he's had an amazing game. And it's definitely a lot of promise coming from a 20-year-old. A lot of people they don't see much in him. But you gotta realize this man's averaging almost 13 and at 20 years old. That is pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing, to say the least. Just it's almost like just look at the players. Look at how he's going to develop from here on out. He has a long way to go. You would think so. He has a long way to go at 20 years old. You can see at 25, man could be averaging maybe even next year a double double. It's after the ceiling is very high for this young man, and I'm very happy, to see the Knicks actually have some promise because this man is a solid piece you can build around him and Melo. Um, yeah, it's just really amazing how he's taken the league by storm. And honestly, the whole rookie class as a whole has been doing like exceptionally well. Um, like Jaleel Okafor, he's been doing well. I mean, which is kind of predicted. The 76ers have nobody else to score the ball. They are 0-12. I don't expect them to win that many games. Nobody did. All they have is really Jaleel Okafor, who's averaging like 18 and 7.5 rebounds. But he's been playing well as a rookie. You got to give it to him. But I mean, he's the only scoring piece. So it's like, who else is going to score the ball besides him? I mean, they have a bunch of undrafted people. They're starting. They have like Phil Presley. I mean, Phil Presley. You have a bunch of in and out players in the league. A lot of journeymen. Isaiah Cannon. Carl Landry, Kendall Marshall, Nick Scouses. I mean, it's a lot of familiar names, but journeymen. I would say. Um, there's a lot of people that haven't really fulfilled the promise that they once had going into the league, such as Nick Scouses and Kendall Marshall. But overall, the rookie class has been doing all right, to stay on topic. Jaleel Okafor has been doing well. Carl Anthony Towns is looking like another stud out of Kentucky. Another stud big man. As the Timberwolves showing their promise and whatnot. I mean, Carl Anthony Towns, he's shooting 50% right now, which is pretty amazing. Um, he just he just had a great game actually. At 7 feet tall, being a center, and being 20 years old, it's just great promise. Averaging a double double, 15 and 10. He's had 21 and 12 game against the Magic. Yeah, they lost by 3, but still, it's just this Timberwolves squad is amazing. I mean, you look at Carl Anthony Towns, the promise in him, 15 and 10 right now, and then you have Andrew Wiggins playing out of his mind right now, averaging 21 points, averaging a dub. It's amazing. You're looking at a team that was last year washed. They were washed. They weren't good at all. Let's be honest. Andrew Wiggins was the highlight, but other than that, who else did they have? I mean, Ricky Rubio wasn't scoring. Kevin Martin was getting injured every now and then. But now they actually look like a real solid squad. Um, it's really shocking. This NBA season, I feel like is just amazing. It's just like so many shockers. Nobody expected the Timberwolves to be this good. I mean, they're only like a win or two away from being like the 7th seed in the West. So yeah, it's just amazing. But moving on, another Kentucky big man that was talked about prior to the season, who has superstar potential, just like Karl Anthony Towns, even better, Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis on the New Orleans Pelicans. The Pelicans are horrible. Everybody was saying this man was going to be MVP. Which, yes, he has MVP talent. Yes, this man is great. I understand. I totally understand. But in order to win the MVP, you have to win games. I do not care. You have to win games. I don't remember the last MVP in my lifetime that won the MVP and the team hasn't reached the playoffs. I mean, last year, yeah, they reached the playoffs, they got swept. But this year, I don't even see them making the playoffs. Anthony Davis, he can't even really stay healthy. Poor guy. I mean, he is their best player, but after that, it's just like, who else are you relying on once he's out of the game? Ryan Anderson? I mean, yes, he's a solid piece, but you're not leaning on him to carry your team to the promised land. Same with Eric Gordon. So with that, you have to really. I feel like they're a long ways to go. I'm gonna be honest. This is I feel like they're a long ways to go for MVP talk for Anthony Davis, only because his team he needs to be successful. Most valuable player, you show your value through your team's winning, and that's just how it is. I mean, he's a great player. I see him putting up great numbers, being a phenomenal player. But in order for him to be in the MVP conversation for me, I feel like they have to win games. And I know he's injured right now, and that seems to be the little knock on him right now. It's just that he's constantly being injured. Just constantly. Um and it's just something that is kind of in the way for his career as far as that goes. Just but other than that, they've been pretty bad. Um Yesterday's game was pretty bad as well. I mean, the Thunder aren't too good of a team without KD. I mean, when I say they're not too good of a team, they are a good team because Westbrook is still putting up amazing numbers. But you look at a lot of their games, and the Thunder they play almost to their opponent's level. I feel like that the game last night against the Pelicans was a little bit too close than it should have been. They won by 7 points, but at a point they were almost up by like 20, and it seemed like they just let them come back. Um, it's just a lot. I feel with the Thunder, they have a lot to work on. They're playing up to the Pelicans level. Yeah, the Pelicans are a bad team, and they are an NBA team, but still they should have blown them out, to be honest. But moving on, KG went on to compare Steph Curry to Michael Jordan. He quote unquote said like, well, quote unquote, he said like Michael Jordan was a whole other thing. This guy is his own thing. It's beautiful for basketball. Yeah, and I totally agree. I mean, I honestly, it's hard for me to. It's a tough pill to swallow to say that Steph Curry is he might have Jordan esque iconic capabilities. Like this man is really throwing up everything. His shot selection is piss poor. Him and J.R. Smith almost had the same type of shot selection, but it goes in every time. So what can you say about a guy that makes a lot of shots that are just unbelievable? It's just it's something to be in awe about. And with that, I think everybody thought that after last year, it was just like the hype of last year, but it's just like it's carrying over and it's still here. The man is averaging 33 points. Like, come on. That's just amazing. It really is. And when you watch him play, you watch his highlights, it's just like he's an exciting player to watch. And you think about a guy who doesn't even dunk the basketball. I mean, yeah, he's had a dunk. He can dunk the basketball, but he's not a dunker like Jordan. Jordan would give you the dunks, he would give you all the athleticism in the air, but Steph Curry is really just shooting the basketball. He's bringing that art back to the NBA. Now you see teams doing the stretch forward just like the Warriors have been doing, shooting the basketball. I feel like the art of the three ball has came back into the league. Um, just now everybody wants to know how to shoot. Everybody wants to shoot. And Steph Curry, he's really changed the game. He's a phenomenal player, man. Like just to keep up with what he's been doing, it's gonna be interesting to see how the Clippers play him tonight. But you can already know it's gonna be a show because Steph Curry, regardless if Klay Thompson, which they do need Klay to step up. I feel like Klay has been the one that's kind of been like, we haven't really been hearing too much about him because Stephen Curry's been playing really phenomenal. But they're gonna need Klay Thompson to step up as well. Where he's had some games where he was a little dry. I know that win against Memphis, he only had like 8 points in 35 minutes, something like that. So yeah, that's definitely something that they're gonna need to work on. But hindsight with that, Stephen Curry's still amazing. The Jordan comment with KG, I'm gonna have to see a little bit more. Obviously. I mean, this is only really going off of what a playoff performance. I'm sorry, last year actually, no, not playoffs. Last year season and this year season so far. We're just going off of that. So in order to truly be Jordan esque, you're gonna have to do that a little bit more. So we're gonna have to just see how this all plays out. But I don't see why not. He's been playing phenomenal. And the way that he scores, it's just like, I mean, it's not like he's going to the rim trying to dunk on people where he'll have like injury concerns, which he is a little fragile, and we know he has bad ankles, but I mean, the dude's just really shooting the basketball. It's like he's just having fun out there around and shooting and shoot around. That's really what it is. It's almost just like a shoot around for him. And it's just really phenomenal. And we're definitely gonna have to see how it plays out before we say Jordan esque, but he definitely I can see that potential for right now. That's just saying for right now, yeah. So yeah, a little quick cup check. Just had to fill in for my man's Alex. It was definitely nice seeing y'all. Hopefully, Alex are gonna come back and hopefully we'll have some more fun with that. But anyways, Cup Check Radio, Kevon Robinson, we out.